Hey guys, Pride here. I have an updated Fluffal deck profile for you. It's changed a little bit since the last regional I went to, and I know I'm slacking off on the videos, but like I said, and I also know the quality was bad in the last video. Look, the situation is, I graduated from college. I'm getting more certifications. I'm just trying to get my life on track so I can make better videos for you guys. So I'm sorry if I'm not uploading as frequently as I used to. So please be patient, okay guys? Again, I'm sorry and I hope you understand. Anyway, let's get this profile started. I'll put Doge over there. Let's do it. Start off, I run 3 Fluffal Dog. Like the main search of the deck, it's like a must of 3. Followed by 3 Fluffal Penguin. The main drop out of the deck, so I always like them at 3 because not only that, he can also help you with links and in case you run Xyz summons. Personally, I don't run Xyz since Master Rule 4, so anyway. 2 Bear, like for the toy vendor and stuff, 2 Wing, so that way I can get the major draw power for turn after turn. And finally, for the 1-ups with the Fluffals, 1 Fluffal Cat Owl, 1 Fluffal Cat, 1 Fluffal Rabbit, and 1 Fluffal Sheep. Now, I know a lot of people don't run Fluffal Rabbit, but look at it this way. One sec. You actually use these 2 in Tangent. It's actually a little bit better than Fusion Recovery. When I use them in Tangent, I always go chain 1, then chain 2, so Rabbit will go off first. Rabbit's not limited like Fusion Recovery is. Fusion Recovery makes you choose a monster used for a fusion summon. Rabbit lets you choose any Fluffal monster in your grave or an Edgem Sabers. So, and then you get the Poly off Cat. So it's like a extra Fusion Recovery basically. Okay? Now if you're hearing something in the background, that's just the TV. I'm watching one of my favorite TV shows on Hulu, Last Man Standing. So anyway, now for the Edgems. I run 3 Edgem Chain and 1 Edgem Sabers. I mean, pretty self-explanatory. These are staple at 3, and you don't really need to run more than 1 Edgem Sabers unless you're like running a Lower Darkness in your build. Oh, one sec. There you go. And now finally for the non-Fluffals. We got 3 King of the Swamp. And finally, Gem Knight Garnet. Because I changed my build up to the Brilliant build. Frankly, because I can get more normal summons and a lot better combos off. Anyway, that's it for the monsters. Now for the spells. I run 3 Toy Vendor. A lot of the spells are 3 of, so basically, it's like the main card in the deck. The deck cannot really run without this. If you can prove me wrong, I dare you to try. Seriously, I do not think the deck can run without this card. Next, we got 3 Poly. Personally, I like this artwork a lot better than the other one. It's probably because I was here during the first ever gen of Yu-Gi-Oh! With Yugi and Shadow Kaiba. And I was always like that fusion. Finally, we run... not finally. Next, we run 2 frightfur Fusion and 1 frightfur Factory. I know a lot of people run 1 of these. I did that for a little bit, but I found myself kind of needing it from time to time, and it's already in my grave, or I milled it off Toy Vendor or something. And so, it really comes in handy, and I got ways to put it back in the deck. I'm just saying, it really comes in handy. Next, I run 3 Foolish Barely Goods. I mostly send Toy Vendor, but if I have like dead spells in my deck that I want to get rid of, to like thin out the deck so I can get the good draws I need, I'd use them to send those cards to the grave. Plus, you can send Factory to the grave from your deck to the grave, and you still get its graveyard effect, which is actually pretty awesome if you ask me. Next, we run 3 Brilliant Fusion. Well, you kind of have to for the Brilliant build, so that way you can get Seraph Knight out. I mean, extra normal summon, that's pretty awesome. And finally, for the 1-ups, we got 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Regeki, and 1 Instant Fusion. Pretty self-explanatory for those 3. I mean, we always use Instant Fusion to either summon out Sheep, or either Millennium Eyes or Thousand Eyes, whichever one you run in your deck. Personally, in my opinion, you can run either one. It's preference, really. So anyway, that's it for the spells. I do not run any traps in this deck. Now for the extra deck. We got the main boss monster of the build that we all love to use against our opponents because it always annoys them. We got ourselves the indestructible Sabertooth. I actually am on the Fluffal fan page on Facebook that Sam Cox created. Yeah, I was able to get all 3 of these out with 3 materials used to summon them, so they were all indestructible. Because I had a link that had 3 arrows pointing down, and I used Sheep for every single one of those fusions, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Next, I run 2 Kraken. Really, it's like our new main OTKs of the deck. Because with Kraken, if you have Kraken and either Sabertooth or Tiger out, that's 8,000 points of damage right there if you have either of those out. So if you have Kraken and Sabertooth, it's 8k even. If you have Kraken and Tiger, it's 8,100. So plus, it has an ability to send a monster from the field to the grave. So it does not have destruction effect. It sends. And if you happen to use this card, now say you use the effect, and you can actually, and we all know its effect will not allow it to attack directly that turn. But there's a way around it. If you use the fusion summon of Sabertooth and summon it back to the field, it counts as a new monster. And so, voila, it's allowed to attack directly again. So there's a way around the rule. Next card is actually a situational one and a preference really, so you don't have to run it. I like it because it's a good way to get over really strong monsters. Frightfur Daredevil. This card has nearly won me. This card has really came through for me. I've been true Jacobs because of it. My opponent was down to 800 life points. I had 2 Frightfurs in the grave and this on the field. I had that match locked up and I won thanks to that card. Frankly, it can help you in a bind if you ask me. That's just my opinion. Next, the main destruction card of the deck. 2 Tiger. Because we all gotta know, we gotta nuke the field. We gotta get those OTKs like boom, boom, boom. Next, finally for the last Frightfur fusion, Frightfur Sheep. One of the most annoying cards in our deck for our opponent to play against. Thing is like really strong. And the fact that it can bring itself instantly after destruction back from the graveyard, it gains 800 points right there. So it's a very good card, and plus your opponent can't activate anything whenever this card battles an opponent's monster. So yeah, it's a really good Frightfur. Next, I run Thousand Eyes Restrict. Just to get rid of all those boss monsters and stuff. Because we all have that one monster we hate that's next to impossible to get rid of. So, and for the last fusion of the deck, Gem Knight, Seraph Knight. We all know why. It's for that extra normal summon. So yeah, there you go. That's all the fusions I have. Hey, come back, come here, come. And now for the links. I run 4 links. I got Underclock Taker, Mrs. Radiant, Decode Talker, and we all know these 3 links I did in the last profile, but I don't run board load anymore. Instead, I have a Saryuja. A lot of people would think making a Saryuja would be a waste of materials, but it really isn't. It's quite easy to summon it with our deck. And plus, it gives us if we use 4 materials for it, it gives us a draw 4, and whatever dead cards we have in our hands, we can get rid of those and put them at the bottom. Choose 3 dead cards in our hands and put them at the bottom of our deck. Not only that, it gives you an extra special summon. And finally, it gives all monsters it points to 300 extra attack and defense points. So it's a great card to use in the deck because it keeps boosting, because it boosts your power like the cards are supposed to. Anyway, that's for the extra deck and the main deck. I'm gonna show you guys my side deck too. Let's see. I got 3 Called by the Graves in my side deck. A lot of people run True Jaco where I go. So I usually side these in against Jigstars because there's a few players down there. And if the situation calls for it, the Pendulum deck. You know, Magician's shit. Next, I got 2 Twin Twisters, my main counters for Trickstars, and one of my main counters to use against Pendulum Magicians and True Dracos. Because if you get rid of that field spell, and there's this one annoying Monarch Trap, Monarch Eruption, I believe it's called. I'm not 100% certain. But anyway, it really helps a lot. Next, we got 2 Kaiju. I only ever side those against Pendulum Magicians. And this one Blue Eyes guy from my locals. But that's about it. Next, this is for ABC. Oh yeah, I also run that against ABC, sorry. ABC, we got System Down, because it's like the ultimate card against them. Because you can't bring back any of the materials because they're all banished anyway. So, it's really awesome. And my next counter for them, Artifact Lancia. You discard them at the start of their turn, they cannot summon their ABC Buster Dragon. So yeah. And next, the main counter I use against Pendulums. 1 for 1, Naturia Beast, Push Barrel, and finally Glow Bulb. Those 4 cards I always side against any Pendulum deck because you gotta get Naturia Beast out fast. So it really helps a lot because you can stop their plays and everything. Because Naturia Beast can actually stop Pendulums. If you can get this out before they set their scales, you're golden, because when they try to set their scales, you can just mill the top 2 cards of your deck, destroy that card. You can completely block their Pendulum summons. Or at least until they find a way to destroy it, so. Yeah. Hey, get back here. My cards are out of order now, I gotta fix that. Anyway. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. Leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. If you have any suggestions or any kind of decks you want me to profile, I'm trying to get to profile my buddy's Mech Knight, my buddy's Invoked Mech Knights. I'm also working on a new linked Toon deck profile, because Toons don't really require the extra deck to kick ass. So, and guys, I gotta admit, I actually ran Toons at one point, but my favorite Toon has to be Dark Magician Girl, because she's the only toon that's allowed to attack the turn she's summoned. She doesn't have to wait a turn like the rest. So anyway, like I said, leave a like, subscribe, comment below, and yeah, if you guys, like I said, I posted a picture of on Sam Cox's Fluffal fan page of Saryuja in my extra monster zone, 3 Sabertooths, and a Frightfur sheep out. So if you want to chat with me or leave a comment on there, I welcome it. And just like last time, I have a Twitter. The link to that Twitter is posted in my last video in the description. So if you want to follow that, go for it. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Later.